everybody. Welcome to Storytime. My name is Evelyn, and I'm so glad you're listening at home. I hope you guys remembered your hands. Let's get our rhythm going. Ready? Boing, boing, squeak. Boing, boing, squeak. There's a story in my house. It's been about a week. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it's been. I don't know. Where did it go? I want to hear it again. I look to my left. I look to my right. I look all around. It's still out of sight. I look on the ground and over my head. Shh, there's something in my bed. Let's see what it is today. Oh, well, it's our old friend Sylvester. Hello. Hi, Sylvester. How are you? Oh, I'm good. I wanted you to meet a friend of mine, and I think it would be really nice if you told stories about him. Oh, well, okay. Do you want to meet Sylvester's friend? Yeah? I think we should. All right, Sylvester, can you go get him? Yeah, just hang on. Hey, hello. Oh, Sylvester, is this your friend? Yes, he is a monster, also known as a wild thing. And, well, when I first met him, I was a little afraid of him because he's so wild looking and he roars. Do you want to show your roar? Ooh, well, I can see why that made you a little bit nervous. Yes, but then we talked and we enjoy lots of the same things, like going slow, crosswords, swimming, lots of things. And so we became friends. And I figured out that, you know what? What? Well, even though he is a little bit scary looking and a little wild, he is still very nice. And he might look wild and scary, but he's not. He's a friendly, fun friend monster. Oh, well, that's really nice, Sylvester. I'm glad you made a new friend. That's always exciting. Oh, yeah. And Monster? Well, I'm very glad you're here, but you're going to have to be a little bit quieter during story time because we want everybody to be able to hear, right? Okay, well, I think I'm going to need to put Sylvester and his new friend off to the side so that you guys can still hear because I think if this monster is here, it's going to be too hard for you to hear. So let's put these guys over here. But we will tell all monster stories today. And you know, just like Sylvester said, sometimes there can be monsters that are scary and sometimes there can be monsters that are fun. But monsters are really great for stories because they're imaginary. And that means you can imagine them to be whatever you like. Well, our first story is about a monster called the Binganani. This is a Liberian story. And it's called The Binganani and the Tree Toad. And there's some parts during this that you can help out, and you can do them with me. Do you want to know what they are? Okay, so there's this part. Ready? Kapong, kapong, kapong. Can you do that? Kapong, kapong, kapong. All right, and then there's this part where we're going to sing. Ta, 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 ta. Can you guys do that? Ta, 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 ta. Good job. All right. Well, once upon a time, there was a spider. This spider owned a wonderful farm and he really loved it, but it was a lot of work. So he had 3 friends who helped him with the farm: a rat, a deer, and a lion. Now, the rat was the best cook. So the rat would stay home every day and cook. And the thing he liked to make the most was stew. He made delicious stew for all his friends. He would put all the ingredients into his stew pot and he would stir and stir and stir. Perfect, he would say. And so then, when Spider and Deer and Lion got home from working in the fields, they would all eat this stew It was so good, and they would talk and laugh and have fun with their friends. And then when they went to sleep, Tree Toad would sing them to sleep. Are you guys ready to help sing? Okay. Da, 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 da. Good job. So, that was how it was for many days, until one day, while Spider and Lion and Deer were out in the field, Rat was home, stirring that stew, when what did he hear but a boom, 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 coming down from the mountain. Rat said, I wonder what that could be. And what did he hear but a boom, boom, boom. I'm the Binganani, and I'm hungry. Give me your stew, or I will eat you up. The Binganani came in, chanting that song. I'm the Binganani, va-va-voom. Give me your stew, or I will eat you up. Well, Rat said, you can't have this stew. I made it for all my friends, and if you eat it all up, there will be no more. Heh, said the Vinganani, I'll show you. And so he took Rat and he tied Rat up. Kapong, kapong, kapong. And then he ate up all that stew. And he left. Well, when Spider and Deer and Lion got home from the fields, they saw Rat tied up and they said, Rat, Rat. They untied him. Are you okay? I'm okay, he said, but a Binganani came down from the mountain and he ate all the stew up, and so now we have nothing to eat. I'm sorry. Oh, his friend said, that's okay. We're glad you're all right. But what are we going to do about this Binganani? Deer said, I'm big, I'm strong, I'll stay home tomorrow, and if that Binganani comes, I'll knock his socks off. Oh, said all the animals. Well, that sounds good. And so they went to sleep, and Tree Toad sang them their lullaby. Ta, 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 ta! The next day, sure enough, Deer stayed home, and Deer worked on making the stew. Now, Deer couldn't cook as well as Rat, but he still did a good job. He put all the vegetables in, and he was stirring it and looking at the cookbook and stirring it some more, when, what should he hear? Boom, boom, boom. And sure enough, I'm the Vinganani, and I'm hungry. Va-va-voom. Give me your stew, or I will eat you up. Oh, said Deer, no, you cannot eat me up. I have been working so hard on this stew. Oh, said the Binganani, but I want it. And so, even though Deer was big and strong, Binganani was bigger and stronger. And Binganani tied Deer up. Kapong, kapong, kapong. And ate up all that stew. Oh, well, their friends were so sad when they got home and saw Deer tied up. They said, oh no, Deer, what happened? And Deer said, well, the Vinganani came, and sure enough, he tied me up and he ate all the stew. I'm sorry. Oh no, the friend said, well, it's not your fault. But what are we going to do? Lion said, well, I am the biggest and I am the strongest, and I will stay home tomorrow and I will protect the stew. All the animals thought that sounded like a good idea. So they went to sleep, but first, Tree Toad sang them their lullaby. Ta, 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 ta! Well, the next day, Lion stayed home. She was making a spicy stew. She'd never made it before, but she just threw in a lot of things and thought, this'll be good. When, what did she hear? That's right. Boom, boom, boom. I'm the Binganani, and I'm hungry. Va-va-voom. Give me your stew, or I will eat you up. The lion thought, oh, I know what I can do. I'll roar at the Binganani. So sure enough, she roared. Do you guys want to roar with me? Roar! Ooh, good roaring. But the Binganani was not scared. He came in and he said, "I'm big. Your roar doesn't scare me." And sure enough, he took Lion and kapong, 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 tied her up and drank up all that stew. Oh, no. Well, when the animals got back that night, they knew that things were really serious. Rat and deer and lion had all been tied up now. Spider said, "I don't know what to do. I don't want my friends to keep being hurt, but I am so little I do not think that I can help." Well, just then, Tree Toad said, "Excuse me." "Yes," they all said. "Well, I thought that perhaps I could help." "Oh, Tree Toad," they said, "but you're so small." "Well, I know that I'm small, but I have a very good idea for a trick for what I can do." "Oh," they said, "well, all right, if you'd like to try." "Oh, yes, I sure would," said Tree Toad. "But first, let me sing you to sleep." So she sang them. Ta, 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 ta! And all the animals went to sleep. The next day, all the animals went out in the field, and Tree Toad stayed home. She didn't really work too hard on making a stew because she was very small, but she put a few things together and stirred them up. Cooking wasn't really her thing. Soon she heard, boom, 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 boom. "I'm the Binganani and I'm hungry. Ba-ba-boom. Give me your stew or I will eat you up." But instead of saying, "Oh no, you can't do that," Tree Toad said, "Oh, Binganani, I have been waiting for you. I have heard that you are the biggest, strongest creature in all the mountains." The Binganani said, "Well, yes, that's true, I am. See how big and strong I am?" Tree Toad said, "Wow, you know, I've always wanted to fly, and I was thinking maybe you could throw me up really high. Because you're so strong, do you think you could?" Binganani said, "Well, of course I can." So Binganani took Tree Toad and threw her up. She went flying up, and then she came back, and she did a little hop. "Oh, that was so much fun. But do you think you could throw me up even higher?" "Sure," said Binganani. Whoa! And up went Tree Toad, and down she came. Hop, hop! That was the best. I only wish you could throw me as high as the tops of the trees, but that's probably too much." "Oh, no way," said Binganani. "I can do that." He picked her up. He swung his arm like this to get a lot of momentum, and then boom! He threw her up. She came barreling down so hard. Bam! She landed right on the Binganani's head. "Oh," said the Binganani, and boom! Fell right over. Tree Toad had knocked him right out. So then she went and she tied up Binganani. Kapow! 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 When all the friends got back that night, they were so surprised to see Binganani tied up, and they thought, "Our troubles are over. Thank you, Tree Toad. How did you do it?" And Tree Toad said, "Well, I just used my head and his." The end. Good listening, and thank you for helping me with that story. That is a long one to listen to, I know, but you guys did so great. Let's see your hands. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Lay them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, slowly creep them right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, ah, but do not let them in. Shake them, shake them, shake, shake, shake them just like this. Roll them, roll them, roll, roll, roll them. Blow a little kiss. Mwah! Good job. All right, our next story comes from this book. Well, actually, it is this book called My Teacher is a Monster. No, I am not. And this is by Peter Brown. Bobby had a big problem at school. Her name was Ms. Kirby. Robert! Ms. Kirby stomped. Move it or lose it. Ms. Kirby roared. Settle down! Ms. Kirby was a monster. No recess for children who throw paper airplanes in class. Bobby spent his free time in the park trying to forget his teacher problems. But one Saturday morning, on the way to his favorite spot, Bobby found a terrible surprise. Bobby wanted to run. He wanted to hide. But he knew that that would only make things worse. Robert, you don't need to raise your hand out here. What were you going to say? I was going to say hello, Miss Kirby. Hello, Robert. I like your enormous hat, Miss Kirby. Thank you, Robert. Miss Kirby, it's really strange seeing you outside of school. I agree. There was an awkward silence, and then a gust of wind changed everything. Whoosh! That's my favorite hat. My dear old granny gave it to me. Don't let it get away. Got it. Oh, Bobby, you are my hero. I mean, that was very good of you, Robert. You're welcome, Miss Kirby. Quack. Those ducks sure do like you. Quack, quack. They know I enjoy quacking with them. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack, quack. When they were all quacked out, Bobby had an idea. You should see my favorite spot in the park. Be careful. Yes, Miss Kirby. This is lovely. And then Miss Kirby had an idea. Looks like she got out some paper. Bobby is folding it into a paper airplane. Bobby tossed his paper airplane into the sky, and it flew, and it flew, and it flew. I think that was the single greatest paper airplane flight in history. I think you're right. By lunchtime, Bobby and Miss Kirby were happy that they had bumped into each other, but they were ready to say goodbye. See you Monday, Bobby. Bye, Miss Kirby. Back at school, Miss Kirby still stomped. Coming through! Miss Kirby still roared. And then the bear said, roar! But was Miss Kirby still a monster? Great job, Bobby. Robert! The end. I think everybody has a little bit of a monster side sometimes. It just depends on the mood you're in, doesn't it? All right. Well, this next story comes from this book, 10 Green Monsters. And for it, we are going to need a wall, which I have here. And then we're going to need to put some monsters on our wall, 10 of them. So can you guys help me count while we do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you guys would like to do this with me at home, you can either just count, which is fun, or you can put up all 10 of your fingers, and then every time a monster comes down, you can put one of your fingers down. Well, 10 green monsters standing on the wall. 10 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one green monster should accidentally fall, whoop, boop, there'd be 9 green monsters standing on the wall. 9 green monsters standing on the wall. 9 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 8 green monsters standing on the wall. 8 green monsters standing on the wall. 8 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 7 green monsters standing on the wall. 7 green monsters standing on the wall. 7 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 6 green monsters standing on the wall. 6 green monsters standing on the wall. 6 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 5 green monsters standing on the wall. 5 green monsters standing on the wall. 5 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 4 green monsters standing on the wall. 4 green monsters standing on the wall. 4 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 3 green monsters standing on the wall. 3 green monsters standing on the wall. 3 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 2 green monsters standing on the wall. 2 green monsters standing on the wall. 2 green monsters standing on the wall. But if one monster should accidentally fall, there'd be 1 green monster standing on the wall. 1 green monster standing on the wall. 1 green monster standing on the wall. But if that monster should accidentally fall, there'd be no green monsters standing on the wall. The end. All right, let's see. Can you guys show me your hands again? I have 10 fingers. They all belong to me. I can make them do stuff. Want to see? I can make them jump high. I can make them jump low. I can fold them quietly and sit just so. I can squeeze them tight. I can open them wide. I can fold them all together. I can make them all hide. I can make them jump high. I can make them jump low. I can fold them all together and sit just so. Well, I bet that a lot of you have read our last book, but you know what? This is such a good book. I will read it every day and not get tired of it. It's Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. And if you look closely, I bet you'll even see Sylvester's new wild thing friend in here. There he is. Should we see? The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through day and night. and in and out of weeks, and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." That looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Dancing by the moon. Looks like Max is getting a piggyback ride. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. All right, well, now we are at that time where you start sitting down, and then when you hear the words "knees up," you can hop up and dance. There was a chicken from France who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Sit back down. Tree toad might be small, but the Binganani she did maul. The only other thing that she could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Sit back down. Robot would just like to say, thanks for listening to stories today. The only other thing that it can do is knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Knees up, Mother Brown. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Faster. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Woo! Wiggle, wiggle fingers right up to the sky. Wiggle, wiggle fingers, wave them all goodbye. Thank you so much for listening to stories. We'll see you next time.